talked that much. My son called me today. He's like, I'll be there tomorrow. I'm going to knock this one.
I have the extension motion at 8:08. Where are you talking about? Wow.
I know.
Steamboat.
Quality stuff.
You go to the hot springs when you were in Steamboat?
No.
You did?
I was skiing the whole time.
Oh man, the hot springs are awesome.
Do that. Just waiting before to go back sometime.
Yeah, man. Make sure you hit the hot springs there. You gotta go at night.
Okay.
Ski all day.
Are they close to town?
Yeah, it's in town.
Oh, it's in town. Oh, okay.
Is it in Steamboat?
Steamboat. Hello.
Yeah, you're right.
Steamboat. My daughter just learned she's picking up snowboard. Because the boyfriend's a skier, she wants to do better, so she's snowboarding.
Same way I do.
She lives in Denver.
I remember when Lincoln used to be on 45 bucks, and now they're like 100 or something.
Well, I haven't been. I never snowed.
We're just like having to talk through the eyes. I think he's talking about that there. It's like a thick stack of signatures I need to see. No. Did they get started over there? Or they
But I talked to the person who just said they were talking to that senior person who was
just called it order. So it's probably
no voting on that.
hey, we don't know. How long you guys have been gone? 2 months now.
Probably shorter than we were going. We could do that. I don't know if that's
Tomorrow. Tomorrow morning.
okay. We did.
Good morning, actually, good afternoon, everyone. At this time, I'd like to call the Joint Committee on Administrative Rules to order. Please note that it is JCAR policy to only allow representatives of state agencies to testify orally on any rule under consideration at committee hearings. If members of the public wish to express their views with respect to a proposed rulemaking, they should submit written comments to the JCAR office at the following address: Joint Committee on Administrative Rules, 700 Stratton Office Building, Springfield, Illinois, 62706. With that, clerk, please take the roll.
Senator Cunningham. Senator Curran.
Present.
Senator Lightford. Senator Munoz. Senator Rezin.
Here.
Senator Schimm. Representative Demmer. Representative Halpin. Representative Hurley. Representative Wright. Representative Tepetti. Representative Wheeler. 12 members are present.
Thank you. We'll move to the approval of the March 31st, 2020 minutes. Senator Rezin moves, seconded by Representative Reich, that the minutes of the March 31st, 2020 meeting be approved. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Independent chair, the ayes have it. I'd like to make an announcement regarding tab 16, the Illinois State Police. Can a member of the state police be brought in for a question, please?
Are we just postponing?
We are, but a member would like to ask a question.
Is this okay?
Yes, please go ahead and be seated, and if you would state your name and position for the record, please.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Yvette Loizon. I am General Counsel for the Illinois State Police, and this is Major Jared Ingebretson with the Illinois State Police.
Thank you. Senator Schimpf, you had mentioned you would like to ask a question.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Ms. Loizon. I apologize if I got your name wrong.
Perfect.
Yes. And what was your name, officer?
Major Ingebretson?
Major Ingebretson. Sorry for not remembering that. I have a comment more than a question. We did decide as a committee to postpone consideration of this today. What I would ask of you is that you take a look at your proposed several provisions of your proposed rule and just how they match up to the statute. If we had not postponed it, you probably would have received an objection motion from me today. So what I'd like you to take a look at is just Section 5-50 of the statute and how that compares with Section 1232.70 of the proposed rule. Same thing with Section 5, TAC 55 of the statute, how that compares with Section 1232, TAC 80 of the rule. And then lastly, Section 5-65 of the underlying statute, and how that compares with Section 1232, TAC 100 of the rule. And if you need me to repeat those, I'll be around afterwards. My concern is just that the rule as it's written right now, I feel goes well beyond what is in the statute. So I would ask that over the next month that you try to work with stakeholders and see if we can get a little bit of resolution on those points. And I thank you in advance for being willing to do that. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator. And with that, I will announce that officially we are postponing tab 16 to the June meeting. And we thank both of you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's what I was looking for. That's the right phrase. No, we're going to move on to the Department of Public Health, if that's all right.
I will gladly leave for that one. Thank you.
Public health.
Good afternoon. Thank you both for being here. If you would, please go ahead and state your name and position for the record, please.
Justin DeWitt, I'm the Chief of Staff at Public Health.
Joanne Olson, I'm the Deputy Chief of Staff for the Department of Public Health.
Thank you. This is going to be in regards to emergency rule regarding communicable disease code. And Senator Cunningham, if you would mind, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, thank you. I have a question. It is my understanding that the recently submitted emergency rule from the department. Is that better? Can you hear me better? Okay. I'm sorry. That the recently filed emergency rule from the department is going to be repealed. Can you confirm that for me?
Yes, that is the case.
Thank you. Do you have anything to add? Thank you. I have no further questions, Mr. Chairman.
Just a reminder to everyone that emergency rules that are in effect are always available to action in JCAR. We are not going to take any action on this today, as it's already been mentioned that the rule is being repealed. Thank you guys so very much. Appreciate your being here. Moving now to a review of agency rulemakings. Let's begin with the Environmental Protection Agency, tab 4, regarding public participation in the Air Pollution Control Permit Program. Staff, please read the motion.
JCAR recommend, with respect to the Environmental Protection Agency rulemaking titled Public Participation in the Air Pollution Control Permit Program, that EPA specify in rule the number of persons or the standards it will use to determine that number required to request a hearing. Currently, Section 252.205 leaves the determination of how many persons requesting a hearing constitute a significant number to the EPA director. Section 170 of the IAPA requires any agency statements of general applicability that affects the interests of persons outside the agency to be specified in rule.
Thank you. Motion moved by Representative Halpin, second by Senator Munoz. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. In the opinion share, the ayes have it, and the motion carries. Moving to agency response. Let's begin with Department of Employment Security, tab 103, payment of unemployment contribution interest and penalties. Staff, please read the motion.
Due to the appropriateness of the agency's response, no further action.
Okay. Thank you very much. Moving then to the consideration of other rulemakings and issues. Let's begin with tab 5, Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation regarding speech pathology. Yes.